So with the Celtics offense playing at an all-time high, the Celtics are hoping that they can carry that momentum on the road before their big game against the Raptors here at TD Garden.
Road trip.
This segment is powered by 1-in-100. Head to 1-in-100.co, your go-to site to win tickets to see future Celtics games, Bruins games, and the Patriots, including the playoff matchup this weekend against the Chargers at Gillette Stadium. That's 1-in-100.co. Chris, Jimmy, the Celtics offense has obviously been through the roof throughout the calendar year of 2019.
The best team of all time.
What's going to happen moving forward?
Historically good.
Until, we'll see what happens in March, right? Yeah. But what's going to happen on the road? Let's start there. A couple of tough matchups. One's Miami. Another one is Brooklyn, maybe.
Yep, and Orlando. I mean,
Orlando.
It's tough. It's
Chris is going, by the way, and you're going too, right?
Yeah,
you guys are both going.
I'm
gonna hold the fort down back here, but you guys have at it.
Hold the fort down. South Beach is tough to start just because second night of a back-to-back.
I don't know if you're gonna do well in South Beach, but
go on. It doesn't matter. I will thrive in South Beach. Quote me on that. I will thrive. However, the Celtics may or may not. The second night of a back-to-back, it's that's tough no matter who you're playing. It's tired. I'm worried about catching a flight with Josue tomorrow morning. They got to go play basketball. So it's a different story. So it doesn't really matter who you're playing on the second night of a back-to-back. And they head to Orlando. That's a good young team who beat the Celtics right here. Granted, they were in a much different state.
Yeah, we don't talk about
that. But we don't talk about those Celtics anymore. But then they travel to Brooklyn.
That was last year.
Yeah, that was way far in the distance. But either way, I think it'll be interesting to see. And obviously, it's all leading into Toronto on Wednesday night.
Yeah, all you need to worry about is bringing the sunblock. I'm actually not concerned about the Celtics against the Heat as much as I was before Monday's game. Mm-hmm. Or what day is it? Wednesday. Because Jaylen Brown was the only player who actually played significant minutes in this one. He was the only player who played more than 26 minutes. Right. So you gotta match up. Yes, it is a second night. Yes, they're gonna have less sleep. They get the flight, all that stuff. But in terms of legs, anyways, you've got a somewhat rested team going into that game. So I still like the Celtics' chances in that one. And then you get the day off. You go to Orlando, a team that you really don't know what you're gonna get. I think the Celtics go. I think they should go. I think everyone here would assume
sweep the road.
Celtics should go 3-0 with the way that they're playing right now. Brooklyn's playing well. Don't get me wrong, but they just kind of dismantled them here. I don't think Brooklyn's necessarily a tough place to play.
They're banged up too.
Yeah, they're banged up. So I think anything less than 3-0 is a bit of a disappointment. But 2-1, sure, you'd take that.
Where does that put them against a team like the Raptors? I mean, the top of the East right now.
Coming in hot into that game.
We saw them play against the Pacers, blow them out the water. They obviously had that tough loss against the Bucks where the players-only meeting happened. And if you ask Kyrie Irving, he didn't want to go out and say that was the low point of the season, but it was certainly the biggest turning points of many turning points, as he put it, in the locker room. So going up against a team like the Toronto Raptors, I feel like the Celtics, whether they drop a game or two on the road, I just think their level of focus right now is going to see them rise to the occasion against a team like the Raptors.
Yeah, I mean, their passing has been nearly perfect these last couple games. If that can continue throughout the road, 3-0, 2-1, whatever it might be, I think that's going to elevate them. And they're clearly focused. They're accepting their roles more so, and it just seems like, honestly, they're clicking on all cylinders right now. If that can continue, they'll be golden.
Yeah, and when the Raptors came to the TD Garden last time, that was a great game. And that was two teams that looked like two of the best teams in the Eastern Conference. And now the Celtics are actually playing like that consistently. The Raptors have been. So I think that rematch again, them coming back, Celtics, one way or the other, they're going to have to beat the Raptors, whether it's now or whether it's in the playoffs. The Raptors are a very, very, very good team. You're going to have to go through Toronto. Yeah. You're going to have to win in Toronto. Luckily, they don't have to do that next week. But that's a matchup that, circle that one every time it comes by because that's a statement game. That's, you're pretty much testing yourselves in that game. Where are we at? Where are we really at? You can beat up on Brooklyn. You can beat up on Orlando. But here are the Raptors. Here's the team that you actually have to worry about.
Here's your real test.
Down the road. This is the one that we're circling. But you don't want to look. You don't want to look. You don't want to. If you're the Celtics, you don't want to look there now.
Right.
Because you can hit the road.
That's how you drop.
Exactly.
That's how you go 3.
Yeah. I like what Brad Stevens had to say that when the Celtics went on that huge winning streak, that 8-game winning streak, there were signs of the great passing that we're seeing now. There were signs of the offense doing that. It's finding that consistency.
Yeah.
And I think this next week, that's going to let us know if the consistency is there, if it's there for the long run, or if this is the turning point that we've all been looking for.
Right, or if this was just a minuscule stretch. Right, this is the real test because, of course, we all thought it was there during that 8-game streak, and then it went right back down in the dumps. So it's a good test. We'll see.
We're putting location services on you in Miami just to make sure that you're not screwing off.
You gonna check in with me, Jimmy?
Yeah,
make sure
we're good.
In,
dude. Just make sure you're doing your job down there.
I don't know, Chris. I got the extra day.
Yeah,
so
you got the extra day.
Oh, here we go. See, here we go.
We'll have to hit up some spots. We'll see what's going on. Hey, if you have any suggestions, hit me up in the comment section. Let me know. Josue Pavon, Chris Grenham in Miami, and we'll see you next week here at TD Garden after the Celtics take on the Raptors.